Well, welcome and thanks for being here on such a great day. My name is Phil Luciano. I'm the afternoon host on WMBD Radio. That's not important. What is important is I am part of the Agatucci's fan club. Now, we're talking about just a few people here who are working on the 100th year anniversary celebration that starts today. If it really were an Agatucci's fan club, we'd probably have to rent out for worldwide fans the entirety of the Civic Center, right? But we want to make a few introductions here, and some folks are going to be talking later. To my right, we have Mayor Rita Ali. We have Sophie and Jerry Agatucci. And next to them, there are Danny and Tony Agatucci, whom you might not recognize because they're not in their proper places. What are you doing out here? And Councilman Mike Vespa on the end. To my left is Councilman Alex Carmona. Two key members of the fan club, Maggie and Mark Misselhorn. The ringleader of the fan club, Dave Templin. And Sarah Nardini Schluter. She's president of the Peoria Italian American Society. So today is a big day, as I mentioned, but it's not just a big day for us who love this place. It's a big day for the city of Peoria. And just on the basis of the 100th birthday, that's huge. You got to have a pretty darn good product, some pretty decent food to keep the doors open for 100 years. But I got to tell you, and I don't want you guys to hear this really, but the food's the least of the reasons that I have come here for 4 decades. The least of the reasons. It's not the raviolis, it's not the chicken either. It's the reason I come is because of the people. Agatucci's is a community touch point, and we know that a lot during the holidays when this place just becomes overrun with folks coming in for Thanksgiving and Christmas, that sort of thing. But it's also a community touch point all year round for whatever family things are happening throughout the year. And it's hard to describe. I feel kind of lame saying this because I make my living with words, but it's hard to really describe the feeling that you get, and I think some of you will understand this, when you pull up to this place, because it is a very special feeling. Well, the first feeling when you pull in is like, man, I wish they would get a bigger parking lot. The next 100 years, right? But then the other feeling is, it's like magic when you go through that front door. It's a feeling of familiarity. It's a feeling of comfortableness. It's a feeling of home. It is seeing the things and feeling the things that we have for so long. And for sure, it's the surroundings. There's the backwards clock. There's the ham sign. And it's certainly the familiar faces of the staff and Danny and Tony. But it's also, there are lots of friends, Agatucci's friends I have, and I don't know their names. I just know them from here. And it's like, hey, how you been? Oh, I've been great. How's this, that? I have no idea who they are, except they love this place. And so I know them from being here. And there's no other place like this in Peoria. No other place like this. And that draw cuts across the entirety of the community because you've got cops, you've got bankers, you've got line workers, you've got attorneys, all sorts of folks from all different walks of life. But it pushes back in time. That draw pushes back in time. And what I mean is, for some of you who grew up around here, maybe your grandparents took you here, maybe your parents took you here. Or like me, I came here, I brought my kids here, now I'm bringing my grandkids here. And in that way, it goes across the community, it goes back in time, it goes so many different directions. And as I mentioned, and this is why we're here today, there's nothing like Agatucci's in Peoria. It's easy on our end to feel that way. It's easy to walk through the front door and grab a table, grab a seat at the bar. It is harder on the other side of that bar and the kitchen window. And I know that. Because when you see, for example, in July, when it's 110 outside and it's like a sauna in a volcano in the kitchen, and Tony and the staff are just sweating and trying to keep up with all those pizzas. Or it's late November, and there are all these relatives coming into Agatucci's for reunions for the holidays, and there's Danny behind there and his staff and trying to keep up with all those drink orders, and then the table in the corner that was just about to leave orders 17 old fashions, and it's, oh my gosh, and it's very, very hard work. And I just want to say to all the Agatuccis that hard work and dedication has not gone unnoticed, and that's why we're here. And today it's not just about a street sign. This is a thank you to recognize what this place means to the community, because Agatucci's isn't just a pizzeria, it is Peoria. It's a community touch point like nothing else in Central Illinois. With that, I'm going to turn this over to Councilman Alex Carmona.
Well, thank you very much, and what an honor and a privilege it is to be here to celebrate such a great establishment and piece of history for our amazing city. I also wanted to quickly just recognize two other council members that I see here in the crowd, Zach Euler and Dennis Sear. Thank you very much for being here. I know that Councilman Sear is thinking to himself, man, I wish there was action like this going on in District 5. Sorry, man. Everything's going down here in District 2, and then, you know, it's alive down here. So, to the Agatucci family, 100 years is absolutely amazing. Think about the amount of businesses that have come and gone in 100 years in the city of Peoria. To have this business here in the same location, to have one of the first liquor licenses of the whole city. There's so many different, pinpoints and aspects that we could point to that are so special about this restaurant. I remember the first time I came in here, I've only lived here for 6 years in Peoria. I'm from Colorado originally. But from the first time me and my family walked in here, I'll never forget how gracious Amanda was to us and how she just immediately treated us like family. It just says a lot about the culture in this establishment and the leadership from the Agatucci family. So from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate what you've done for this city. I also want to thank the Agatucci Fan Club for doing this and really recognizing this amazing family. So thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What an amazing turnout today. And it's truly a testament to the love that you all have and this community has for this institution. I have some formal comments that I'd like to make, but I do want to start by saying 100 years is a long, long time, and only these strongest organizations can last for an entire century. So congratulations again. What a joy it is to be here today to celebrate one of Peoria's most beloved institutions. For 100 years, Agatucci's has been more than a restaurant. It's been a gathering place, a tradition, and a living piece of our city's history. When Vincenzo James Agatucci came to this country from Italy with a dream, I'm not sure he would have imagined that a century later, generations of families would still be walking through these same doors, sharing pizza, laughter, and stories over a meal that always tastes just right. Like so many great Peoria stories, this one started with hard work and heart. From a humble grocery store to a family-run restaurant on what was once a dirt road, Agatucci's has stood the test of time through the Great Depression, through changing tastes, and through the many seasons of this city's growth. They are even the proud owners of the oldest continually owned liquor license in the city of Peoria, the oldest. And through it all, one thing has never changed: the Agatucci family's pride in serving a high-quality, delicious meal at a price that won't break the bank, and with the kind of hospitality that makes you feel like family. Whether it's a Tom and Jerry at Christmas, a famous bottle of tiger sauce, or that one-of-a-kind pizza that locals swear by and people travel miles for, Agatucci's has given Peoria flavors and memories that you can't find anywhere else. I'd say anywhere else in the nation. Today, as we celebrate this 100-year milestone, we also honor a family that has given so much back to this community. Agatucci's isn't just part of Peoria's story, it is Peoria Stories. Immigrant roots, strong work ethic, family values, and the belief that when you treat people right, they'll keep coming back. So it's only fitting that the corner of University and Gift will forever carry the Agatucci name, a reminder of the dream that started right here, the generations who kept it alive, and the community that has supported it for a century. On behalf of the city of Peoria, congratulations to the Agatucci family on 100 years of service, success, and unforgettable pizza. Here's to the next 100. Now I'd like to ask Tony and Danny to come forth to receive the honorary street sign. And I'll turn it back over to Phil.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'll turn it over to Mark and Maggie Misselhorn.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And also want to recognize Jim Shedd at Bradley University's new president showed up. He's going to be a new member of our fan club, for sure. On behalf of the Agatucci's Fan Club Committee, I wanted to tell you a little bit of the origin story of how we decided to get together. In 2024, in August, the middle of August, after the restaurant so cruelly closes for 3 weeks, and you're jonesing for the pizza, we were here on the first Wednesday they opened, and we saw our good friend Dave Templin, and he came over, and we talked a little bit, and he said, you know, maybe next year we could have like a celebration of the comeback when everybody comes back on the Wednesday after we've been deprived of Aggies for that long. We thought that's pretty cool, and then, well, their 100th anniversary is coming up in 2026. So one thing led to another, and here we are, and you'll hear a few more things as we go on here. But that's really how it started. But we are super proud and happy to be helping to celebrate this, and there'll be other opportunities for others as we'll find out here as things move along here. As some have mentioned, Aggie's is way more than a restaurant. It's like some people's third place besides home and work, and the beautiful thing is it's carried on so long with the traditions, and we love it so much. But personally speaking, I sort of feel like if somebody doesn't like dogs, I don't know if I really like them. And I feel like definitely it's the thing about Agatucci's. If they say like, yeah, I don't really like it, or I don't care for the pizza, I was like, I don't know if I want to talk to you anymore. And so I would say if any of you have a friend, a colleague, or whatever, family member, God forbid, that doesn't like Aggies, you need to get them here like this week. And you need to, give them the great food and the great experience. And if they still don't like it, you need to get them out of your life. I mean, just do it. You'll be glad you did. It's toxic. But, we're talking about the memories, and, the walls are covered with history and all kinds of great things. But some of the things, as we talked with people as we get going on the planning for these celebrations, the generations of memories, and I'll just have a few of them, of course, like the backwards clock. I think I sort of learned how to tell time backwards. It's hard I can actually do it. The moving Hams beer sign, which is absolutely, just completely iconic and so fun. This place is where, when you have a red or blue discussion, it's, are you a Cubs or Cards fans? I think that's kind of refreshing too. The Tiger sauce bottles, all the familiar faces. The gentleman at the end of the bar holding court, you know who they were and are, and I feel like, gosh, I'm almost their age now, but that was always like the seat of honor. The bell tones for the waitresses. Do you remember that? Where like waitress number 1 had 1 tone, waitress 2 had 2 tones, and it was up to like 5 or 6. I have no idea how they kept that straight. It's amazing. They've moved on with technology, but those kinds of things are great.
Nope, still
Oh,
there.
you have it? The bells are still there?
I
Well,
think his hearing's gotten worse.
is it really? See, this is why I need help. This is why I need help. But all the gatherings that we've all had, they're open on Mother's Day, so families gather here, birthday parties, all the celebrations. It's not just a restaurant. So we definitely want to congratulate the Agatucci family. Jerry, it's so great to see you and Sophie and all the the family members that are here. We're very proud to be a small part in commemorating that, and looking for continue making great memories. So I'll turn it over to Maggie, who's going to tell you a little bit more.
So we have had a lot of fun in our first meetings just talking about some really awesome ways that we could help celebrate with the family. And one of those things that we wanted to do would be a very visible representation of the family and partnership over these 100 years. And so we talked about creating an anniversary logo that the restaurant could use. That could be used for this year, going into next year, and however long they want to use it after that. And each one of our committee members, we have strengths in different ways and backgrounds in different ways. And I happen to have a marketing background, so I'm lucky enough to know some of the most awesome designers in the Peoria area. And I tapped into one that I think is the best designer in Peoria, who is here. He's in the back. He had a doctor's appointment and just got here. So Chris Main. So Chris Main, I gave him a call, and like all of us up here, we're all volunteers, we're just jumping in. I said, Chris, would you jump in and volunteer to help us out and do this logo? And he's a St. Bernard's guy, he's a Spalding guy, and he said, absolutely, I'll help out. So what I think I want to do is we'll just show you the new logo for the 100-year anniversary, and I can tell you a little bit about the symbolism that's included in this. You all can see. So Chris, I'm going to speak for you right now, and the great thing about this is really staying true to the original Agatucci's logo, so that's featured in the center of it. And then the 100 years, what I thought was so cool about the actual logo itself is the connectivity between the zeros and the 100, and I think that's truly symbolic of the connection of the families as the restaurant has evolved and the partnership. And I don't think it's like a kumbaya always, probably not, because it's family and you're Italian, so what are you going to do? But it's always there, and that's what's really helped this restaurant to endure over the time. And then down here at the bottom, Cent'anni. Cent'anni means 100 years in Italian, so we wanted to make sure that we were being very respectful and honoring that Italian heritage. And then the idea of gold. When you think about the gold circles and gold band, that just means long-term commitment and endurance and relationship. And not only is the relationship between the family, but with all of us in the community and everything you've done for us. So we're really happy to introduce that to the community. Then moving forward, this will be used in a lot of different applications within the restaurant, but also we're having a total blast in creating a whole new line of anniversary merchandise that will be featured in the restaurant. So we're hoping to have that, at least some of that, available just before the gift-giving season this year, and then throughout 2026. So we'll have more information about that in the restaurant in the coming weeks and months, and so you'll see that on social media too. So just stay tuned for more events as we unfold those, okay? So thank you.
Next up, as I call him, the ringleader of our Agatucci's fan club, Dave Templin.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. I am Dave Templin. I'm proud to be the ringleader, as I'm called, of the Agatucci fan club, whose role it's been lately here to help organize and host several anniversary celebrations over the coming year. Now, as it's been said many times this morning, and for the sake of repeating this, but it's really worth repeating and reflecting on. You know, Agatucci's, more than 100 years, 4 generations of family ownership that has become a food and cultural landmark in Peoria. As the mayor said, unrivaled by any other establishment or restaurant. Now, you might first think that it's the pizza or the pasta or the fried chicken or even the tiger sauce that makes it so special. And then there's the atmosphere that's so unique with the Chianti bottles hanging from the ceiling, the backwards running clock, or the back bar with a ham sign and the Italian flag lighting up the bar. But I submit that it's not the food or the atmosphere that they provide that makes them so beloved. It's the memories they offer. For all these years, generations of families, city leaders, Bradley students, visitors have made Agatucci's their gathering place where memories are made and cherished. It's these memories that entice people to return either regularly, like myself, Mark and Maggie, many of us, or when they're back in town visiting, to relive those memories and to make new ones. So I submit to you, as much as Agatucci's is in the pizza and pasta making business, they're even more so in the memory making business. So it's for all these reasons and more that a group of us superfans gathered to help honor this amazing restaurant and family that means so much to so many for so long. These superfans that make up the Agatucci fan club are Mark and Maggie Misselhorn, Kathy Smith, Molly Richardson, Rocky Vanaken, Dan Vanaken, Phil Luciano, Angie Agatucci, and myself, along with my wife, Lisa Templin. Now, we've been meeting for months now, working hard to imagine and develop 100-year anniversary worthy celebrations. And what we've all agreed upon is that with all these notable accomplishments, it's incredibly worthy to celebrate and celebrate often. That's why we're happy to announce a series of 100-year anniversary celebrations happening throughout 2026. Each quarter, we're going to host what I call theme-based celebrations here at the restaurant. These events will include fun activities to honor the restaurant, fundraising opportunities for the charities closest to the hearts of the Agatucci's, and of course swag giveaways and merchandise for sale, as Maggie alluded to. But I'm also super proud to announce that our main event celebration will take place on August 9th, 2026, at the Italian American Society Annual Heritage Festival, the Festa. Joining us today is Sarah Nardini Schluter. She's the president of the Peoria Italian American Society. And over the next year, the Agatucci Fan Club will collaborate with Sarah and her team to host several 100-year anniversary commendable activities at the Festa. I'm so grateful to Sarah and the Italian American Society for helping us honor the Agatucci's in this way. I mean, it's perfect, right? I can't think of a more fitting way than for us to join forces to carry out this key celebration. So thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for this wonderful ceremony. But please keep this in mind. This is just the kickoff. Today is a kickoff of a year's worth of celebrations. So please look for these further announcements and details on the Agatucci homepage, Facebook page as the year goes on. Thank you very much.
You guys? You guys prepped? You ready? All right. Danny and Tony time. Come on up.
Thank you. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and we have so much to be thankful for here. Everyone, thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you to the city of Peoria for being a fantastic, perfect community, not only to grow up in and live my whole life here, all the friends we have, the community, the city of Peoria has been so good to us, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than right here in Central Illinois. So we appreciate you. We appreciate the community here, all of the people. Thank you. I look out at the faces here, and it's just you are part of our family too. We know so much about your lives, and you know about our lives, and without you, we wouldn't be here through the years. Thank you to the fan club for everything you've done. Just thank you very, very much. They've done so much work in here, fueled by our pizza at some of the meetings, and yep. So
The reason we're doing it.
Phil, you're doing a great job. Thank you very much for emceeing, being a part of this, to everyone. And another thing, where we would not be here is not for our staff, our employees through the years. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many great family members that I call them my family too. Mike Cook is head of the pizza room, has been here for the third of the time. Almost 30 years he's been working here. I know there's Anthony is basically the last 3 years has been anything you eat other than pizza. Anthony does it for you. Fantastic job. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. And Amanda, Sammy, are the best front of house servers that we could ever ask for. I think Tommy, one of our bartenders, is here. Is that it? Is there any other? Lucerna, who just, after how many years were you helping us behind the bar? 10 or 11. 11 years, and he thinks he's leaving and to go further to, but his last week was this past weekend, and thank you very much for 10 plus years of helping out behind the bar. And if I'm forgetting any employees, you know how much we love you, and truly, you are part of us, and we cannot do it without you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And lastly is my family. My family. Uncle Jerry, thank you. You taught me so much 30 years ago when I started behind the bar. Aunt Sophie, you taught me so much. My dad, thank you. Thank you, Dad. And to our Grandpa Frank and Grandma, and I never met great-grandpa Jim, but I know y'all are looking down and don't know if you thought that, I think that Miss Mayor said, I don't know that our great-grandpa actually thought that 100 years later, we'd still be kicking ass. And it's just hard work. It's a lot of help from everybody. And there's two women that I support and that support me all the time. My mom, Jean, and thank you. my sister, both Gina and Lisa, Phil, everybody, Michael, my son, and above else, my wife, Angie. I can't do this without you. Those aren't my tears. What's that? Go ahead, yeah. These aren't my tears. Angie's tears wiped off on me. I'm not crying. So, Danny, thank you for all the hard work. You know, we're a team, and yeah, family. And I just can't. I could stay up here all day and really thank so many people. Hey, Steve, you're good too. So, and one more thing that really all of our great suppliers, brewers, distributing, Rabers, RJ, Baumgarten, there's so many. Battaglia come from Chicago, our distributors, that we get the best product in so we could make the best product to give to everyone. And it's a little bit of hard work, but it's fun. Mike, the pizza room, whoever said it's hotter than Hades in the summer, it's hot. But my dad claimed he loved it. So, I don't know. But that's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming today. And Danny, I don't know if you have anything else to say.
Well, this is a bit overwhelming. And by the way, I think we need like an Italian-sized podium because although maybe I could grab a case of beer bottles like we did. We were 5 years old washing dishes. Don't worry, Dad, the statute of limitations has passed you by. I don't think you have to. When I say overwhelming, first of all, thank you, everybody, for coming out. You're like family to us, and we love each and every one of you. Thank you to the fan club, the dignitaries. Mayor, thank you so much. Great speech. Tony, my mom and dad, Aunt Jean, Gina, Lisa, Phil, Angie, my wife, Julie, who I was lucky enough to meet right at the bar, so thank you guys. Speaking of God, we're here for only because of His divine grace. No question. Speaking of overwhelming, I often think when I go to Italy, what it must have been like for our great-grandfather Vincenzo to leave his country. He landed at Ellis Island in 1905 with $18 in his pocket. Didn't know the language, new culture, new foods, new history. So for him to sacrifice as a coal miner, coming across down to Springfield, over to Riverton, giving birth to our grandfather and other sons and daughters. Coming up here, and we think about 1919, you opened up a grocery store on the South End on 2nd Street. And then finally came up here in 1925. Started this in 1926, as many of you know, as a small grocery store in the little rectangle by the bar. Talk about overwhelming. He went through the Great Depression. Excuse me. Turned into a restaurant with our grandfather, our great uncle, through World War II, through the Vietnam War, through the oil embargo of the 70s, through inflation, Caterpillar laying off. Keep the lights on, Peoria, right? Sure, our family's gone through a lot of work, but it's because of you that have allowed us to keep this going. Didn't think I'd get emotional, but. So with that said, I'm going to cut it off here and just thank you once again for everybody and everything you've done for us and continue to do. And let's hope for another 100 years. So, thank you.
thought I was going to have a minute to wipe my eyes up, but he left a little too quick. Imagine Italians getting emotional, huh? So we're going to wrap this up now. What we're going to do in a moment is I'm going to ask for folks in the back to maybe head out first out the front door, and then I'll try like a old fullback to lead everyone out there, and if the rest can fall in so we can do the sign unveiling. Before we leave, I'd like to give a shout out to the Peoria Public Works Department that did all this hard work. And this will be on Facebook at some point. It'll be on Facebook somewhere to watch. Yep. Very good. Watch it over and watch these guys cry. Not me. Not me. Oh, one more thing. One more
I
thing.
have to say something. That after the ceremony outside, we invite everybody to come back in for a toast. And Mike has been gracious enough, and I might go help him, but we're going to serve some pizzas. If you guys want to come back in, we'll have some pizza for you. So
Don't care for it.
Yeah, what kind? Is it your pizza? Oh, it's your pizza. Okay. Thought- Deliver it in. Well, thanks everyone for being here. We thank the Agatuccis. I thank Jerry especially for behaving himself. Yeah. Pretty much. Give it time. Before that ends, we thank you, and let's head outside for the unveiling.
pretty much all the generations are here. Great Grandpa Jim founded it. Frank and Nick, Generation 2. My dad Jim and Jerry, Generation 3.
7 owners.
And Danny and I are number 4. So we're all here. I think it's fitting that Uncle Jerry get a moment. Here. Yep. Ready? Go ahead. Hold on. I'll go back.
With the sign.
Oh, okay. Yes, we gotta take pictures. All right. On the sign again. Yeah.